What's going on, guys? It's Dylan, and I'm back again with my weekly comic book pickups. Now, if you're new to my channel, this is basically what I picked up at my comic book shop this past Wednesday for New Comic Book Day, and I'm going to tell you what I thought about them without giving any major spoilers away. So maybe if you're on the fence about this book, maybe it'll give you an incentive or help you figure out whether or not maybe you should grab that book or not, and see if it's worth the price tag. If not, you know what I mean? But first, I like to try and always start off with my pick of the week. Because I do this every Wednesday or every Thursday at least. I try to get this out. Today is Thursday. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's a fantastic day. Fantastic books came out yesterday, and I want to start off with my pick of the week, and that is Conan the Barbarian, issue 10. It'd have been too easy for me to just pick BasketFullOfHeads. Y'all know I love that book. That shit was so good. But this book really caught me by surprise. Every issue has been really good. But this is finally getting into that story that they've been Jason Aaron has been sprinkling along the last 9 issues. Finally, issue 10, we get the Children of the Red Doom. That's what they were called again? The Children of the Great Red Doom. And basically, this witch is the mother of the Children of the Great Red Doom. And man, dude, this witch is so creepy. This is like Conan meets a grim fairy tale story. This brought me back to, I love any of those old school Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel, the grim fairy tale. Like, I remember that it was called Grimm, I believe. That Heath Ledger and Matt Damon, they did old fairy tales movie. I love that type of stuff, and this was just fantastic. I highly recommend this. If you aren't reading this, you need to pick up the trade and snag this up, because this is so good. One of the places, they're in the Tower of Rapunzel. This witch is taking warriors out and trying to use their blood of warriors to bring Azrael or Razel or something, rise him up from hell or something. But man, I cannot wait to see where issue 11 goes. That was just fantastic. Ben, you gonna make your little cameo, buddy? Next we got Excalibur, issue 1. Now, I almost forgot this. Me and my, the guy at the comic book shop that I go to, we were actually talking about this. He was telling me how much he enjoyed this, and I had told him to put it in my poll. I get a lot of books, so it slipped his mind, and I forgot to grab it. Had to go back and come and get it. Thankfully, I was just out of the parking lot. But I did not like this better than Marauders. It was still better than X-Men issue 1, but it took a little bit for me to get into this, because it started off really slow, but it really started to pick up, and it ended really well. And I think I'm definitely in for issue 2, and I'm excited to see where that goes. Next, we got, this was always one of my favorites and one of my first reads I always do. Venom, issue 19, Absolute Carnage tie-in. Yeah, I guess you're holding me over with this, Donny Cates. You're holding me over. But I can't wait much longer for Absolute Carnage 5. I want it. I need it. I need it now. Yeah. Man, Donny Cates, you're doing your thing as always. I absolutely love this issue. You had me jumping out of my seat for half a second. I was getting a little too eager. Thinking oh my god, this is the book. This is the book. Anyone who's been reading Venom, you might know what I'm talking about, because I ain't giving spoilers on this. But there's a big tease. You think it's gonna happen, it don't. But something else happens, and it's probably even bigger. And I cannot wait. I am beyond excited to see where this goes. I can't wait for Absolute Carnage to end. I can't wait for Venom Island to start. I cannot wait for more Donny Cates Venom. I love it, man. I just love it so much. I can't wait for Ryan Stegman to, I wonder what's going to happen with Mark Bagley jumping on. I wonder what, I hope Ryan Stegman stays on, or at least comes back, because his Venom art, his Spider-Man art is so good. He does his thing. Him and JP Mayer on the inks. God, man. They did. I always say it, I said it in my last video, they deserve awards for the work they're doing, man. Even though Ryan Stegman, he doesn't do the art on that, it's like Aban Costello or something. Next, we got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue 13. Now, I read a bunch of Spider-Man books. Was wondering which one is gonna, stop doing it for me, and I'm gonna have to drop soon because I'm probably at like 4 Spider-Man books I read. Tom Taylor, he keeps doing right though. He keeps bringing me in, and Fantastic Four, Spider-Man team up, for a mission. I absolutely love it, and I only got one thing to say, and I hope you don't get mad and think it's some spoiler territory because I don't. It's just a funny thing. Science 5, yeah, that was hilarious. I really love what Tom Taylor's doing, man. Keep up the great work, brother. Like he's watching this, yeah, But man, he has been doing a great job. I was surprised to see he didn't get, Batman, but I'm hoping one day Tom Taylor will maybe get Detective Comics or something because he's doing a fantastic job. Next, got an, this is it. Finally ended. Not like finally, but Silver Surfer Black, issue 5. We're wrapping this up, and I enjoyed it. Sometimes with Donny Cates' mini-series, I feel like he, the end, it always starts off out the gate, gut-punching, crazy, crazy storytelling, but when you gotta wrap it up real quickly like that, sometimes everyone's not going to be happy, but for the most part, I think that this was a lot better ending for, like than that Death of Inhumans. That one I didn't like as much. But this one I really enjoyed, and I think it wrapped up quite nicely. Yeah, I can't wait to go back and reread all 5 issues as one now because I've only read them, from when the issues have come out. So I'm excited to go back and reread that whole series. Next, big reason why I didn't get my video out until today, TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue 99. We got a oversized issue. I picked up the cover B. Finally got switched to the Eastman covers because I've been getting the A. I should have been grabbing both, man. But I didn't know. I thought these were a little bit harder to get for some reason. But man, I had to catch up with City of War completely so that I could finally read this, and that was the main reason because I put a post on Instagram like, yeah, I'm gonna binge these. Didn't even end up reading any of them Sunday night, so I had to, or Monday night. So or was it Tuesday night, man? And I didn't, whatever it was, I didn't read them, and I had to read them last night after I'd read everything, and I caught up with everything, man. I read like all 8 issues, 93, 94, or I even read the free comic book day issue, and got all these done, and, finally was able to get this puppy, and it was so good. All of the issues were so good. I really enjoyed this. I can't believe I waited so long to, finally get into it. I got into the TMNT City of War story a little late. Jenica had already been established as a turtle and stuff. Her powers she had transformed into, the turtle. And that's why I had the second printing of that one. But I was trying to, collect them up and finally got them all together so I could just binge them, and it was a great read. This was a fantastic cover. This was a fantastic story. It was highly worth. It was definitely worth the price tag, and I really enjoyed it. And I cannot wait to see what happens in issue 100. Eastman and them are doing some fantastic stuff with TMNT, and I'm excited because I'm a '90s boy, and dude, Turtles was my life. If you were Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, you know what that means. Music is my life. But Turtles, man, that was my life as a kid. And it's good to see, that they're still killing it. I really enjoyed that. Next, we got some dollar comics, Death of Superman and Moira McTaggart. First appearance or, origin story, one of the two. But always got to snag those up. Can't pass up a little nice dollar book, especially when there's some classic reads. Next, we got, as you know, check out my link in the description for my full review on this Basket Full of Heads, the launch of Joe Hill's Hill House Comics. Black Label. Plus, you know, we get to see little chapter 1 of Sea Dogs in the back. This was oh man, it was so good. So good. If you're any type of horror fan, any type of Stephen King fan, if you read Joe Hill's Lock and Key, I haven't, but I hear so many great things. I highly recommend this book. I think that this book could definitely get picked up to be turned into a TV show or movie. And it definitely is not out of the question because I heard Lock and Key just got picked up to be turned into a TV or movie, you know? So Joe Hill's stuff is getting adapted a lot more, it seems like. So you never know. I snagged up the variant cover as well. Still gotta wait for it to come in, but that I cannot wait to get that cardstock cover. That thing looked beautiful. Next, speaking of cardstock covers, beautiful cardstock covers that said Dceased, issue 6. We got the Critters Homage horror variant. I actually asked Tom Taylor himself on Twitter. He told me, yes, it's Critters, because I was not sure. You know, I really figured it out because of the way the lettering is, because that's how the Critters logo was. But when I only see one monkey, I'm like, there should be a line of them critters, you know? But this was so good. Tom Taylor, man, he really rips at your heartstrings and he don't care, man. And you know, they never end up doing the superhero horror stories right, in my opinion. You know, there are some that are good, but in the end, they always end up more just kind of goofy and fun, and they never have any real, you know, remorse or ramifications. This isn't gonna either, really, unless they continue on with this, like, universe's, story. But, you know, this is like this is just kind of like what is it, you know, kind of like a, you know, god damn it, what is the word? Like a multiverse story. Like, this is just, you know, different world, and yeah, man, it was really fun, and there was just some gut punches in this, man, and I highly recommend it. I can't wait to go back, you know, with that ending, just like Silver Surfer Black. I cannot wait to go back and just binge all 6 issues, because being in the generation we live in now, everyone binges stuff, and I sometimes I wait just to you know, get like 5 books together, or 10 episodes if we're talking about a TV show or something, and I binge all of them, and then I get the whole story as like one movie in a way. Sometimes I'd rather do stuff like that instead of waiting month to month and then forgetting. But, you know, I own it, so that's why I can go back and reread it. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. But next, Sandman Universe presents Hellblazer. One shot, but this is going to be leading into Hellblazer's ongoing series, coming very soon, I believe. I forget the actual date, but Simon Spurrier and Marcio Takara, Chris Peter, those last two, they are on the arts. Simon Spurrier is the writer. I think he did a bang-up job on this issue. He really, he really establishes John Constantine as the, you know, asshole character that he can be. You know, he might be a hero in some way. I don't know, but this, you know, when I think of John Constantine, I think that he did. You know, I was hearing his voice as I'm reading this, and I really enjoyed it. And if this guy is Simon Spurrier, is the one writing the Hellblazer ongoing, I'm in for it, because I think he did a bang up job, and I would really be interested to see what he does with that. Next, we got one of the books I read right before doing this, Batman Annual 4. This is basically, you know, the Diary of Alfred Pennyworth. I thought that this might be a little bit more like darker or something. You know, with spoiler alert, Alfred's head snap, you know, but it's a big book, it's a thick book, you know, but it should, for $4.99, I wouldn't pick this up again. The read was okay, you know, it kind of just delves into the history of Batman throughout the years, not really deep history at all, more like 1-2 page history. Like, it was okay. It was okay. and I just want to, get Batman over with already, so we can get into Tinian's run. I just want to see where King is leading us finally. Maybe we'll it looks like we'll get there soon in about 4 issues. What was it? 4 or 6, 5 or 4 or something. I don't know. Last but not least, maybe it was least, but I would put Batman Annual least for sure. But the Joker, Killer Smile Book 1, coming out of Black Label. Actually, Hellblazer. I did not mention, but that is Black Label as well. So that was pretty cool and much needed, in my opinion, for Hellblazer. It needs to be Black Label, but this is, diving into more of the psychiatry of the Joker, and, kind of, the Joker wasn't in this as much as I would have liked. And spoiler alert, if you didn't want to know that, but he's not in it that much. And I'm hoping that changes for book 2 and 3, because this was more kind of from the side of the psychiatrist that is always talking to the Joker, and he believes that he can cure the Joker somehow. And man, does Joker get a laugh out of that. But it was an interesting take. I'm not. It's really got me on the fence about book 2. If this is something I want to get into, with the price tag, it's an oversized magazine. It was good. It was not a bad read. Maybe I have to read it one more time to see. Maybe, once book 2 comes out, it will establish a lot more. But, when I get a Joker book, I just want more Joker. So maybe that's what it was for me. I still think it was a good book. I just think it could have been a lot better, in my opinion. But, it's only 3 issues out of this, so we'll see where it goes. And I'll have to check out the solicits to see what's going on for book 2 and 3. But hey, that's what I picked up this week. Let me know what you guys picked up this week in the comments down below. If you guys can hit that like button, if you guys can hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and so you can get all my notifications when any of my new videos drop. And I'll catch you guys on the next one, guys. Peace. Happy Halloween.